Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chef Pam and this is Chef and More. And today we are making chicken lettuce wraps with leftover chicken. Yes! And if you want to learn how to make all kind of homemade food and dishes the easy and simple way, subscribe so that you'll always get my videos and tap that bell so you will get notified. We're going to get started right now. Okay guys, as I mentioned, we are doing lettuce wraps with leftover chicken. This was a fried chicken thigh. Now this is a keto dish and I am taking off all the skin which has the breading on it, which would make it not keto, and we're just using the chicken. Now there will be a little skin here and there left, but not enough to matter. So I'm just cutting this piece off the bone. This is a chicken thigh that I fried yesterday, and now I'm using the leftovers to make this lettuce wrap. So just cut as much of the actual meat off of the bone as you can. Nothing fancy, no rhyme or rhythm. Just make sure you cut it. I'm taking the skin pieces off as I go along. And yes, there will be just a tiny bit of skin here and there, but that won't matter much at all. Just add a tiny bit of texture. Okay, so I've got all of my chicken thigh cut up, and we're just going to put it in a bowl, and then we're going to mix in our other ingredients into it. Okay, so now we have celery and onion. First, I've just got a couple of pieces of celery and a half a piece of onion, some jalapeno peppers that I like to put in it, as well as some pickles. So I'm going to go ahead and first we're going to just chop up our celery by slicing it into thirds, and then we're going to put it side by side and just chop it. Now, because we're not cooking any of these vegetables, we want to chop them up pretty small. We want them to be tiny, bite-sized pieces, but the biggest thing is to try to make them uniform. Make sure that your celery is cut up about the same size as your onions. That way, when you bite into it, everything is uniform, and you won't get a chunk of celery or a big piece of onion. I'm going to set that aside and just chop up this other piece of celery. Now these are just two small pieces of celery. This amount that I'm making today, guys, is going to make about 2 lettuce wraps. And you can always make more or less depending on what your specific needs are. So we have our celery all cut up now. Let's get this onion. And as always, you can always feel free to leave something out or put something extra in. If you don't like onions, just don't put them in. You can do this with maybe colored bell peppers, a variety, green, yellow, red. Just do the same thing. Make sure you get in there and chop them up really good and make sure they're even. So depending on your taste buds and what you may like with chicken, you may not want to put anything in there but the dressing. So make it your own, guys. But today we are putting in celery, onions, jalapenos, and pickles. Yes. So I'm going to get the celery and the onions into my bowl along with the chicken. We're going to mix this all up together. So I just want to make sure I get this in here first. And then after I get all my onions and celery into the bowl, we'll go ahead and get our jalapenos and our pickles chopped up really good. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, get this last little bit in there and set that aside. Now, let's go ahead and start with our pickles. Now, I like pickles, guys, but right here is a good time that you can substitute regular pickles for pickle relish. A lot of people like their chicken salad kind of like tuna salad, and they want it a little bit sweet. So always feel free to adjust to your taste. This is a good step right here to add in pickle relish if you don't just want pickles. Now these are dill pickles, and so I'm just going to go ahead and slice them up. I probably got about 5 or 6 slices of dill pickle right here, and I'm going to chop them up pretty much the same size as I did the celery and the onion. Again, we don't want to bite into a big piece of pickle. We want everything pretty much the same size so that when we eat it and mix it together and take that bite, Yes, it'll taste yummy because we'll get a little bit of everything in one bite. And guys, that's just what you want. Okay, last but not least, our favorite, or my favorite, I should say, jalapeno peppers. Yes, guys, I like a lot of heat in a lot of things I eat. So you'll find that I used a lot of jalapeno peppers and things. And I'm just going to use 2 slices, guys, because they still have the seeds in them. And sometimes I use the fresh jalapenos, but what I find mostly is whenever I buy the fresh jalapeno peppers, guys, I end up stuffing and frying them. They never get chopped up, so I like to keep a jar on hand so that they're already sliced, they're already pickled. All I need to do is go ahead and chop them up and add them in. Otherwise, they're going to get stuffed, fried, and eaten. Yes. Okay, guys, now just get in. And you want to mix all of these ingredients together, your celery, onions, pickles, and peppers, or whatever vegetables you chose to put into your lettuce wrap. Get it mixed in good, then we'll make the dressing for it, which today I am making a spicy mayo dressing. Yes. And again, guys, with this, if you don't like the heat, and I like the heat because I've already put jalapeno peppers in it, now I'm making a spicy dressing. Leave the spiciness out. Again, you can just use plain mayo if you want. You don't have to use any hot sauce or peppers or anything to make your spicy mayo. Now, for my spicy mayo, very simple, guys. I just mix hot sauce with mayo. Anytime you hear me saying spicy mayo, that's all I've done. I'm mixing hot sauce with mayo. The biggest thing, guys, is to get in there and stir it really well. You want it well combined. You don't want any streaks. You want uniform in color and consistency in the spread. So mix it really, really well. And again, this is something that you can do according to your own taste. If you like it really hot, you can add more hot sauce. If you don't, you can just add a tiny bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this all over my ingredients, and then we're going to get in there and just mix it really, really well. Okay, set that aside and let's just get in here and mix this. You want this to make sure it is well combined because this, guys, is the chicken salad. So make sure it's all mixed up together. Then after we get this combined, it's time to do the lettuce wraps. Okay, so guys, I just have some iceberg lettuce here. Typically, I would prefer to use romaine, but I didn't have any romaine, and I'd like to go ahead and just use what I have. So I have 2 large lettuce leaves from just iceberg lettuce. I'm going to fill each one with about half the mixture, the other one with the other half of the mixture roughly. Then we're going to actually fold it like you would fold a burrito. We're going to fold the top over, the sides in, and roll it up tight. That's the way we're going to do our lettuce wraps, guys, today. And romaine lettuce is hardier, it's sturdier, so it may be easier to do with romaine lettuce. And like I said, I really prefer that. But today I had iceberg lettuce, so that is what we are using. I like to use whatever I have. So get in there, fold it over, and roll it really tight. Then, guys, we're going to slice this one and set it up just mostly for presentation. The next one that I do, I'll leave whole because you can eat it either way. So just slice it and then turn it so that the chicken part is facing upwards. Okay, guys, now I'm going to slice up the rest of this. And guys, when you're slicing, don't worry about if some of your chicken falls out of it. It's going to happen. That's okay. Just pick it up, put it back in the bowl, and use it for some more of your filling. Just slice it and slice them and sit them up so that the chicken part is facing upward. That's the way you want to put it on your bowl. And then you can just take these in 2 bites and you have it because it's already sliced up. So I'm going to slice the rest of this. I'm just going to slice the back end off of this piece because it's kind of rounded. This way it'll sit up. So let's get this piece on the platter and then we're going to make our other one. Yes. Ooh, it's looking good, guys. I cannot wait to get in there. And now we're going to fill up our other piece of lettuce, then we're going to roll it up, and we're going to leave this one whole because you can just simply pick it up and bite it. That's another way you can eat the lettuce wrap. The one thing I like when I leave it whole and I don't cut it, when you get ready to bite it, it's kind of like a sandwich, but the filling won't ooze out because it's closed up on the other end. So that's a good thing about leaving it whole too, guys. If you don't want a lot of mess, leave it whole and just bite it because all of your filling will be closed in on the other side, so you won't have any oozing out. Again, roll it up as tight as you can get it and then sit it on your plate, seam side down. All right, guys, rolled up like an egg roll or a burrito. That's the way you want to roll it, and we are done. Look at that, guys. Yes, it's lunchtime. Awesome. Okay, guys, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Awesome sauce, yes. And guys, if you like these how-to videos, please consider supporting me over on Patreon. I have the link in the description as well as right here. Give me a thumbs up. And guys, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of my videos. And tap that bell so you'll always get notified. I am so glad you guys came to hang out and cook with me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time.